my name is Taylor and I'm here today to do a little bit of a Pan Those Eyeshadows project. I have seen so many other people doing this project, so last night I was doing a little bit of digging, being like, who was the first one? And I believe it is someone named Alexi, who I will link a video of hers down below, and maybe I'll be fancy and put her name on the screen. So in this project, kind of the basics are that you randomly select eyeshadows to pan. So many people do different variations where they'll like randomly select a palette and then pick an eyeshadow, or they'll select a palette and then randomly select an eyeshadow from that palette. I am just doing a spreadsheet with all of my eyeshadows on it, and I'm going to randomly select 3. And most people do like 5, 6. The reason I'm doing 3 is because I want to have those like 3 to work on, but I want to have room to like kind of play around in the palettes that I select, as well as kind of add in a companion palette if need be. I am also going to limit my selections a little bit, meaning that I will not choose more than one blue. I have so many struggles with blue eyeshadow. I don't wear it very often at all, so for some reason I have like so many blue eyeshadows. As I was kind of going through and making my spreadsheet of my eyeshadows, I was like, oh no, I'm gonna get 3 blues, I swear. So 1 blue, and then I'm also going to do, I can only have like 1 really dark shadow that I would primarily be using as a liner. Dark browns or like really deep colors, I only really use them as a liner day to day, so I only want like 1 of those selected at a time, but everything else is fair game. 2 other bits of like housekeeping are that I need to use a shadow at least 30 times and have it in this project for at least 3 months, and then I can roll it out if I haven't hit pan. Otherwise, if I hit pan, I can roll it out. But I've only hit pan on a couple of shadows in my lifetime, so this might be really tough for me. I have 222 pans of eyeshadow in my spreadsheet. I am strategically missing some pans from 1 palette that I am planning to depot and get rid of some of the shadows that don't work very well. I've seen so many other YouTubers doing these videos, and in watching a lot of people like within 30 uses on most eyeshadows can hit pan. I don't know if that's going to be me, because I think I tend to be really light-handed with my eyeshadows, but we'll see. So I have 222 pans of eyeshadow that are currently on my spreadsheet. It's a lot. It feels like so many, actually, and especially when I was going through all of them, I was like, wow, this is a lot of powder product eyeshadow stuff. Oh boy. I will be using the cliche Pretty Random app. It's lovely. It's beautiful. Everyone uses it. You can't see it at all. That's fine. Let's just generate 3 random ones. So first one is 185. $157. I don't know if you can see that at all. Then 220. Oh boy, I think I know. Let me figure out what these are, and I will be back. Okay. I think I have 3 of my most expensive palettes in my collection that were chosen. I was looking through the list, and I was looking at which ones these were, and I was like, oh, everyone's gonna think I'm really bougie. I'm also really happy I kind of put the blue rule in place, because I picked a blue, and I was, oh no! Okay, to start out, let's start with that one. Number 157 is from a mini Pat McGrath palette in Bronze Temptation. I love this. I think it's really pretty. There are some really fun special shades in here that I love, but the one I picked is called Supernova. Let me take the plastic out. It is this beautiful blue that I have not used a lot. I've swatched it, and I think I've worn it as eyeliner a couple of times, and that's probably how I'm going to get the most use out of it, to be completely honest. But let me just try to, I mean, it's pretty. It's like blue with like, what is it called? Like a dark browny blackened base, I think is, like, you can tell really well on my finger. And then there's a swatch of it, like it has like a dark base, and then it's blue, so it actually works pretty well as a liner, and it's kind of a fun thing to wear. It's just, and also these shadows, I've seen other people try to hit pan on them, and it takes like a really long time because they're really like firmly pressed eyeshadows, I think is what it is. But yeah, there's that one. 157 is from my Tartist Pro palette. I've used this one a bit, and it's the shade Pug, which is a black shade. So this I'll also, I guess, be using as an eyeliner, or who knows, maybe I'll be doing some really dark, dramatic looks. But there's that, and it's fine. I'm sure there are probably more pigmented blacks, but I will make that work. I can always wet it and use it as an eyeliner. But yeah, we're super dark. So the third and final shade is from another stupidly expensive palette. Oh boy. It is by Tom Ford. It's one of the Soleil palettes. I'll try to be fancy and write it on the screen because I'm gonna butcher it. And it's the first shade. Oh, the mirror's in the way. It's like this first shade over here in the palette. This really beautiful kind of pinky champagne eyeshadow. I actually love it. It's so pretty. I love this eyeshadow formula, actually. I think it's really nice and pretty. It's too expensive, it just is. But then it's just so pretty. So I keep laughing. I realize I do have two shades that could kind of be liner shades, but I'm gonna try to work with it. Fingers crossed but I'm gonna try. And I'm pretty much imagining that I can top this one over that one. But there is the shade. It's kind of similar to my skin tone, but on the eye it just has a really pretty nice glow. You can use it inner corner or on the lid. You can kind of see it both ways there, but that's what I'm working with. I keep laughing because I'm like, well, this will be an interesting month. Okay, well, I have 3 eyeshadow palettes probably that I'm going to be focusing on for the next month. And the good thing is I'll be able to kind of get use out of other shadows in each palette and explore and maybe play around a little bit. But thank you so much for watching.